Excuse me. Sorry. Do you guys have houses in Africa?
No.
But where do you live?
In the bush.
In the bush? Why?
Because we are tigers. And you know what tigers can do, right?
Now I'm going to be leaving some clips for you. There are other lies that are being told. There are other lies that these people tell us about ourselves. And sometimes I ask questions. Why do we allow persons that do not really know us come to us to tell us how we are? That is why when we're talking about the woman king, I keep emphasizing on the fact that you can't write our history for us. Come on. We are the people living in the nation. Even though we have not been living for thousands of years, we have histories, right? We have parents that know our histories. We have documents that tell us about ourselves. Documents that most of you do not have hands on yet. So why coming to us to write our history for us? Why coming to us to write movies about Africa when you don't really know the people that are Africans? You don't even know Africans, and you write stories about them. You write movies about them, and then you make Africans play these roles when you don't really know what you write. Now let's listen to this.
The conqueror writes history. They came, they conquered, and they wrote. Now you don't expect people who came to invade us to write the truth about us. They will always write negative things about us. And they have to do that because they have to justify their invasion. We don't write our history. It has always been handed down to us orally by our elders. Of course, the white man came and he writes history. In fact, you don't know anything about any place until the white man gets there. Until the white man comes to any place, nothing lives. It's only when he comes and says, "Boof, I've discovered you, now you exist," which is ridiculous.
Gen Xers, answer me this. Were you lied to about Africa as a child?
Yes, they lied to us. They lied to us, and they told us that the children in Africa were dying of starvation. They were hungry. They used those tactics to get us to eat. They had Sally Struthers on TV crying with little black babies with extended bellies and covered in flies. You guys, I feel like now as an adult that maybe they did something, they sprayed those kids with something to make those flies. I've never been in a place where flies are freely walking on people the way those flies were walking on those children in those videos. It was to a level that it was almost disgusting. It was very cringeworthy. And if you don't know, if you're not familiar with those commercials because you're not as old as me, if you're familiar with the Sarah McLachlan commercials for the dogs with her singing in the background about being in the arms of the angels, that was pretty much what Sally Struthers was for us in the 70s and the 80s. Begging, we never got any type of positive images out of Africa that I can recall. I can only recall apartheid and little babies with extended bellies covered in flies starving to death. They told a big lie, and I think some of us are still affected by it today.
Been to South Africa before, Soweto, that's where it goes, Soweto, and I've seen this little baby kid, like 6, 7 years old, and he's playing with a giant pig around 500 pounds. That pig is capable of eating that kid. He's a vicious animal, but he's playing with it, smacking it around, jumping on back, putting it in the head like wrestling it.
Batum.
And I'm saying, what a life, and he lives in shambles. Wow. He lives in shambles. He lives like in the tent house when it's hot. It must be boiling in there, and it's just no clean water. And AIDS ravished the whole... Oh, forget it, and these people are happy.
Yes, this is true.
Yo! They don't expect it. You see, a guy like me and you, we expect something. They don't expect anything. They're happy without anything.
Yeah. God, they say we are poor and starving. They say we live in shambles and do not have clean water to drink. And these keep going on and on and on. And these persons, you know, some of them say, I've been to Africa, this is how they are. They do not have clean water, they are all dirty around, flies everywhere, they do not have food to eat. And I begin to wonder which part of the continent did they come to? Which part of the continent? Like, did they follow backyard or they came directly from front? Because when you go to somebody's house and come from backyard, of course you'll see what you don't want to see. I believe everybody have a backyard in their houses and homes, right? So which part did they come in from? Is it from the front door? They came from the back door. And then you see them keep insisting that Africans do not know what they do. They keep insisting. Some still go out to say that we do not put on clothes. We are still having leaves up and down like Adam and Eve. I think I said that here on one of the video I made. Some keep insisting on that, and then they grow with these ideas in their head. They tell this to their children, and then when the children hear of Africa, like when they hear anything about Africa, they feel like, ew, I'm not gonna do that, I'm not gonna go there. Oh my goodness, oh my gosh. Right? So by the time they see an African child, they feel they are so superior, and they begin to tell that child, you that do not have clean water back in your home, in your place, in your continent, you don't have good food. That is why you always run into us, and that is why, see the reason why I won't even blame these people, is because we are always running to them, right? We always go to them as if we don't have food to eat. We always run to their nations and tell ourselves that is where the better life is. So it's now a confirmation to those of them that haven't even come here. It's a confirmation to them that we are living in shambles. In short, we are living in huts. We don't have roofs over our heads. Right? So this is also a confirmation. The reason why we keep flocking to these people, I still don't know. I still don't know. What kind of life are we seeking? See, there's nothing wrong. You can japa, you can go and make a life. Nobody's stopping your star to shine. You can go ahead. But I tell you, time is coming. Time is coming because we are refusing to build Africa. We are running away, all of us, from our countries to various countries. We are running out of Africa. Time will come when maybe we will regret what we are doing. I tell you, these people have strategies. Now we think it's nothing. We think they are giving us opportunity to shine. They are giving us opportunity to let our star out. We are flocking there. And see, the painful thing is that some persons are okay to pack all their families and their offspring out of the continent. They are okay to move out. They don't even want to leave one at home. Now, who will build the home that you're running out from? Yeah, you're living in a hut, so you feel you want to get a better life out. You're going with all your family members. Now, who will build your home? By the time you are thrown out, I keep using this word, thrown out. By the time you're thrown out of that place, now who will you run to back home? Who will you run to? Now everything is spoiling, we are leaving it and going off. All our politicians have houses outside because they are okay to destroy the continents. Look at what we are doing to ourselves. And then we keep saying these people have bad notions about us, although we are the ones that are giving them opportunity to do so. Sweetheart, we need to change how we look at ourselves, how we look at our continent, so that things can begin from there. I know it's not easy. I know it is difficult to live in countries in Africa. Things are hard, right? But that little effort you will make from your home will go a long way in changing the society. Because these leaders that we have today grew up from a family. Now, how were they treated? How were they parented from home? Parents, we need to look at what we do with our children. Then things will start changing. And I believe Africa, the greatness is coming. Now it's left for us to be so open to welcome this greatness. It's left for us to make a push, right? It's left for us to inconvenience ourselves a little. That is what we call sacrificing for the better future. Now, by the time we do this, of course, the future will be better. They know these things. These people know these things, and that is why they try their best to pick out the goodness we have. They try their best to make us look so inferior. They try their best to let us know that our nations is not good. They tell us, Africa, if you're in Africa, you will not get the opportunity you need to have. And they pick us out. And reverse is the case. What are your thoughts and opinions? Leave them there in the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive. subscribe to the channel to be part of the family. Bye.